Okay, start with phenomenal supplies of, the material that you want. And then you separate it out, and if it's really bad, you may want to fold it and give it a real quick pressing, but not necessarily. And then you use this or something similar to cut it. What's the dimension here, honey?
Your dimension, if you're doing the fabrics different on each side,
Mm-hmm.
it is 6 1/4 by 9.
Okay. And that gives you room to fold a little on each side, and then you end up with what, about 5 by 8 or something like that?
Bigger than that.
Okay.
On one side, you'll iron on interfacing,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll have your back side.
And this is what's called an iron, right? I'm not real familiar with these types of tools. Okay.
Your
Good.
back side like that. So then,
A little light. There we go. So this one's going to be reversible. It's got a solid color and a print. And in the
Okay.
middle is going to be interfacing or not?
right sides together.
Right sides together.
Okay, then you'll do a seam on the long side.
Mm-hmm.
Then on this side, you'll do another seam, but you're gonna leave a space so that you can
Turn it inside.
turn it inside out.
Just like you would do a pillow.
As, here's your little seam opening.
Mm-hmm.
Your next step is you take a 7-inch piece of elastic in this case. Now,
Quarter-inch elastic.
some, depending on how flexible your elastic is, you may vary that a little bit.
So we have some 3/8 here,
So
we
mostly
have quarter here.
inch, okay?
and we decided black was probably better, right?
For these fabrics that we're
Mhm.
doing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then once you do that, you take your 7-inch piece of elastic, and on both ends, you're gonna place it flat in there on each edge and pin it,
Okay.
okay?
And you want to use good sharp pins.
Yeah, not the ones that Jackie had.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Your next step after this is you're gonna go back and go and close these two ends.
So you've already
Which
stitched
is-
this way. Now
What-
you're going to, with the elastic in place, you're going to stitch this
Yes,
way.
which is what I'm doing here. So
Mhm.
now I've closed off both ends, and after closing off both ends,
Here's some that
you'll
have been
have
sewn both ways.
here's one that's undone. You'll have it so you still have all 4 sides and your opening.
So this is the back side of one piece of fabric. This is the back side of the other, and in between
you
is
have your
the-
right sides,
the
and
interfacing.
you're going to now
Right? There's interfacing there?
interfacing
Okay.
right here.
Very good.
You're going to pull it out, right side out, and you're going to go over and then iron it flat. And this is one of our new favorite patterns with our flamingos,
The
on the
flamingos.
beach, okay?
Yep.
So once you go over and you
Okay, so
lay it
this
flat,
will go over here,
you're going
and you
to
iron it, and you also want to tuck that little opening flat.
Yes.
So you can kind of, you're not going to sew it closed, but you're going to iron it closed.
We're going to get it to where we've got a nice pressed.
Where'd that blue one go that you already had
Piece.
ironed?
I've already moved on with it.
So where is it?
And your next step is then making your pleats. And you're going to, with your top, you're going to do a little pleat here.
And this is how it's going to end up looking. So that you want to set your pleats like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So let me grab a couple pins.
Sharp ones, of course.
And once you do your pleats, you just work that way. You pin them. So you've got your first pleat, and I'll show you. Okay, you've done your first pleat. I usually do the bottom pleat then,
Hmm. You pin it.
just because for me it then makes it easier to get that center pleat lined up.
Very good.
Now, once you get your pleats all set, you do iron flat because it really does make it crisp. And then you do the finishing touch by doing a 1/4 inch in all the way around, and it seals everything shut. And then this is,
No, this is mine. Don't take it. Don't touch it.
okay,
Please. Okay.
once it's done, then you can wear your, cut your threads.
And this actually is mine. I actually have worn it. That's why I'm being protective of it.
Okay.
And yeah,
And you're off and running.
this one, by the way, is reversible. It's got a real deep blue, almost black, navy, and then a nice light blue. This one has a print on one side. And did you go with a solid? Yeah, and then a solid on the back side. Very good. If you have questions, direct them to either of these fine ladies.